I kind of mourn childhood. That's how I see it. It's like a mourning. You miss the simplicity, you miss walking to school, you miss the routine. When things happen, I run away and I isolate myself. But I learn so much from doing that. I push myself out to those extreme situations and I go through shit. But at the end of it, I've realised something. Family has definitely helped me through every shit situation. It's just like such a release coming back up. And these are people that know you before Låpsley, and people that know you as Holly.
Growing up by the sea, you're used to like the openness and the freedom and the appreciation, and you kind of associate that with freedom to think. Coming back home means that you have time to think again. When you're like a kid, you don't really appreciate these things.
It's weird being in like such a seaside town because everyone knows each other. You can't really escape. If something happens, it like ricochets across the whole town and everybody knows. I was 11 when my parents split up. In my head, I'd broken away from what my home was, which was like, you know, the family. From then on, I think everything was a bit split between dad's place and mum's place. And I think this kind of sense of unsettled spilled over into so many aspects of my life.
When things were tough, it was creating an outlet so that you had something that was yours and you could indulge in, and actually meant you could start making music. I thought if you're going to do anything in the music space, you could either be reasonably good karaoke singer, or you could start writing your own music about your own life and your own feelings. It's for you first and foremost, the music, and then suddenly it's transcended that into something that was as good as anything I've ever heard really on the radio, so it's fantastic.
I am on the radio.
That's true.
Year 10 progress. Holly is extremely enthusiastic and talented, and this should be encouraged in my view. Lol.
'Cause I found shelter in this way, undercover hideaway. And can you hear me when I say that?
She's got a very strong personality. And also she was very academic, so when somebody's very academic and they're busy at school and sporty, there's not actually a lot of time to develop other interests. And actually it all came about because when she was doing her A-levels and she wasn't happy.
'Cause I found shelter in this way.
She is a very interesting child. Holly has grown into a mature and thoughtful girl. I was mature, but I wasn't that thoughtful. I was a bit of a bitch. I don't know how I was so good. I definitely was thinking about things.
She didn't even realise it was happening in a way. I don't think, did you, Holly?
No.
You didn't know what was happening, it's just that you were expressing yourself in a way that you felt you needed to, and it made you feel better.
With the lights and all. I started playing piano at 5 years old. In primary school I started to learn classical guitar, and then I started learning drums and oboe. Having like classical training definitely gives you an appreciation for the classical music and a lot of composers, but I never really enjoyed playing things by other people.
This is a song that I've wrote and it's called Double 896. Here goes. I only wrote it like yesterday, so.
I think it's the freedom of making music. There's no boundaries. There's no teacher telling you what's right or wrong.
You say there's nothing to hide, nothing to change. Just look into my eyes and there's no stuff to rearrange. And the wind goes round and it follows.
I'm happiest when I'm in the studio because there's no limit. You can do anything. There's always new synths, new sounds, new technologies. So it's like, it's ruthless. It's like, you know, it's got no ceiling. Like it can carry on forever.
I've not touched this since Christmas Eve 2013. So I just sit there and like add each bit. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I didn't really know what a producer was. Because I did all my revision here. Like everything was out here and I just got bored and wanted to do something different. It's funny because I made it on Christmas Eve because I opened my present early, which is this. It still has those like cringe sounds like, come on, DJ, you know, like primary school. It's funny. But yeah, this is the keyboard that I made everything on. And I think I'm going to do that for the next album. I'm just going to use it because there's something about the first keyboard that you get that like, I don't know, it means a lot. The reason why I started writing is because I had a lot to talk about, a lot to write about. I made this in secret. I'd have like all my work here and then I'd just like whip my my piano out from in that room and just make tunes. I think this was the start of me discovering that like that's what I was meant to be in a way. Not in a cringe like, oh, you know, it's written in the stars, whatever, but it's something that I used to do to like get away from the heavy revision. This is such a contrast. I didn't really talk to anyone about anything. I enjoyed writing about it because you could look at the situation objectively, and I just unfortunately over the past few years had a lot of shit that happened, like bad relationships or family things or just shit that happened, and that's resulted in songs that are very personal and about those things. And like when I was happy in these times, I didn't want to sit inside and write a song, but it was in those like dark times in sixth form that I wanted to just hide away and just like write music. I want you, stop, say I never wanted that. It's just inevitable distance. Twisted bitterness, I give her too much, she'll be over. And then suddenly I had like the big dogs at the BBC down in London, like, we've listened to your track, like, we like it. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I just made it on Christmas Eve. Like, I don't know what you expect me to be. This is another pressure. I just enjoy doing this.
One day I knocked on a door and I said, Holly, tea's ready, you know, come down and eat your tea. And she said, I'll be down in a minute, I'm just finishing an interview with Hamburg Radio. And I thought, what? At 17, she sort of disappeared into this vortex of the music business. There were loads of worries. She was only 17 and off she went to London. And, you know, it was almost like she'd sort of been ripped out of my life in a way. It was quite difficult at first. And I worried a lot about her welfare because she was surrounded by people who were all older than her, who had a commercial interest in her.
Being a teenager is such a difficult part in your life. There's so many thoughts, and I kept in those thoughts by moving to London. I accentuated them to the point where I couldn't cope. It's a very egotistical, narcissistic world when you've got your foot in the industry. You say there is nothing to hide, and there is nothing to change. Just look into my eyes, and there's no stuff to rearrange. You say there's nothing to.
I got into quite heavy depression when I moved to London and struggled with life. I didn't really have a clue, to be honest, so I just went with what everyone else wanted me to do in a way. It's easier than thinking for yourself.
And the wind goes round and it follows the backsides, running down roads and crossing tracks. Don't pay for the ticket, just enjoy the seconds and run away another day.
I didn't understand why certain things didn't make me happy. The extreme highs and lows that you get through this job, like the adrenaline rush of going on stage, the lows of like self-esteem, or the reviews that you get, or the comments that you get, they're not good for your ego, they're not good for your mental health.
And there's times like these when you wish you weren't a 896 wishing bird, and nobody seems to fly at your level. Just go faster than the others because you keep it flying so high. You're constantly being told that, like, oh, this is amazing, you look great in this, and you don't know what's real and you don't know what's fake. It's such a world that revolves around me. I always said, like, it's just the me show all the time, like, me, and like, that's not what shit's about. Life's about other people. So coming back here, I'm just, you know, I'm a sister and I'm a cousin and I'm someone's niece, and I like that. It's not the me show.
We're just going round and round.
Yeah, we'll just go round and round. Yeah,
Oh,
we're
forgot.
I'm trying to look for a road that's not shut up.
Go down Sussex.
We'll go up here. We'll get there eventually.
My life is kind of dictated by my anxiety of not doing a good job. It finally sank in that, like, I'd done something. I'd completed an album. I'd done a tour. I'd travelled the world. And it's like this realisation, like, shit, I've made it this far. I get it.
He doesn't call